Hello everybody. So today I'm going to show you a little trickety trick that I've recently gotten into. It's called projection sewing. I have so many patterns throughout the years because I've been sewing for 17 years basically, and maybe pattern drafting for, let's say, 15 of that. So I have a lot of patterns and they're getting destroyed, and I keep them pretty safe. I keep them out of harm's way as much as I can, but I've moved so much. I moved from America to Turkey, and then I also moved around there too. I've moved about like 13 times. It's really hard to carry these patterns everywhere and also like keep them safe because they keep ripping. I always find like little pieces of some pattern of mine, and luckily usually I know what piece it goes to because I know them like the back of my hand. But like, it's time to get organized, figure out a better way to store them. And if anyone is interested, I actually offer digitizing patterning services. I couldn't say that, but you'll understand what I meant. If you already have paper patterns, but you want to start storing them in a safer and more minimal way, I can take your existing paper patterns and digitize them for you. And this way you can have it on your computer forever. And it's easy to send them to manufacturers if you need to, or if someone else is sewing them, or if you want to sew on the go and just take your patterns with you, and they're always on your computer. Sickening. So I do offer these kinds of services, and I can also make a separate video about that, like what you need to do for me to digitize them. It's pretty simple. But yeah, let me know if you would want something like that. The good thing about projection sewing is you can project any pattern you have on your computer. So even if you buy patterns on Etsy, or if you have your patterns digitized, you just project your patterns on a table or any surface and cut, and that's all you do. So the only thing is finding a projector that's right for you. I went through a couple different projectors, and everyone's projector needs are different. One thing that was important for me is projection space, because my patterns are huge. So I needed the projection area to be huge. Sometimes when you project big, it gets blurry. So I had to kind of invest in like a better quality projector that can do that as well. I have tested out a few projectors. So first I bought this one off of Amazon, and it seemed like a pretty good projector, but it's not a short throw projector, which what a short throw is, like if I put the projector here, it's gonna show the projection on the table in the right dimensions. So that's why this projector was kind of hard to work with, because it doesn't have short throw, and the only way to use this for projector sewing is to mount it on the ceiling, which I don't want to do that because sometimes I cut on the floor, sometimes I use my table, and I just like having versatility in like how I do things. So that kind of scared me. And you still don't really know if it's gonna be like dimensionally correct. So I didn't really like this one for projection sewing, but I am gonna keep it because movie nights. But also I do rug tufting, and it's pretty good for that. So this puppy, oh my god, here we go again. It's amazing. So this is Nebula. I forgot which model it is, but I'm gonna link it in my descriptions down below. This one's expensive. I somehow came across to a Father's Day discount. Happy Father's Day to me. So it was just like massively discounted, so I was like, I need to get it then. At least like try it out, because I was not going to get this because it is like over $400 the last time I checked, and it like somehow went down to like half price, and I was just like, oh my god, okay, When I did try it, it was perfect. It was exactly what I wanted.
It was just like a little thing like this. So cute. Oh my god.
It's so crisp and it's a short throw, so I'm able to dimensionally measure it out on my table and have it accurate, which is great. It comes with a remote, which I don't know if I really need. I mean, it also has Netflix and YouTube on here. I'm just gonna use this for sewing, and I'm not gonna like. My power just went out. And my light just went out. That's rude. That's rude. And it's getting hot. It's getting hot in here. Okay. Oh god. The power is back. A lot of you probably heard of the Epson short throw projector. It is an amazing projector. I did buy one just to test one out, and I got mine for pretty cheap. I think it was like $150. When I tried it, the projection surface wasn't that big, which for most sewers it's okay. If you don't need a big projection surface, it's a great machine, and I would recommend buying that one because it is cheaper. For me, it just didn't work. I tried projecting one of my big patterns on it, and in order for me to get that pattern on the projection surface, I had to like lift the machine up so high, and by that point like the lines were blurry, so it just like wasn't working for me. I'm gonna just use what I got on Father's Day. This is my new child, and I'm gonna show you how it works and how beautiful it is. Also, none of this is sponsored, but I kind of wish it was. So now we're gonna get our equipment ready, and we start with getting out our little tripod, and then we get our little projector out of its bag. Time to come out and play, little one. And then we get our tripod ready, stretch those long legs, and always put a little weight at the bottom so it doesn't get knocked over. And whoa, look how beautiful she is. I like to use a website called Pattern Projector. It's really easy to use, so basically I put a ruler onto the wall and just matched up the lines just to make sure that my patterns were to scale. And that's basically it. Then I hung up my paper and started tracing my patterns. And this is basically my favorite way to use a projector. The other way to use it is to directly project it onto the table and your fabric, if that's what you want. I put my projector high up because I usually tend to use big patterns, but you can put it lower. And I do the same tactic, so I'm just using my ruler and matching up the lines to my ruler to make sure that my patterns are going to be to scale. And I always double check, because once you draw those patterns in, you don't want to redo everything again. So after double checking, I project my patterns onto my fabrics, and then I trace and I cut, or you can also directly cut if you're using a rotary cutter. But that's about it. It's that simple. Bada bing, bada boom. You're sewing and cutting and whatnot, and you're a professional. Well, there you have it. If you don't have a home printer, it's actually perfect for that. Or even if you do have a home printer and you don't want to like print it out on those little sheets and then tape it up, because I hate it. I hate doing that. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Especially with my patterns. Like, oh my god, it would just take forever to do. I am really glad that I figured out how to use the projector for sewing, because it has saved me so much time. And of course, in the beginning, it's kind of like a learning process to like figure out, but it does become like a second nature thing on like how to set it up and like how to project your patterns on a wall or fabric or whatnot. Now that's just my little tidbit on projection sewing. So if you like it, that's great. If you don't, that's also fine. We do love using paper patterns. It's always going to be the safest route for anything.